Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Once upon a time there was a little princess named Snow White who lived in a castle with her father, the king, and her stepmother, the queen. The years passed, Snow White grew and became more and more beautiful, and the queen became more and more jealous of her stepdaughter. Every day, the queen entered her secret room and asked for an enchanted mirror. "Mirror, mirror, who is the most beautiful in the country?" For a while, every time she was asked, the mirror answered, "You, my queen, are the most beautiful in the country." But the day came when the mirror said to him, "You are beautiful, my queen, but Snow White is even more beautiful than you." The queen is terribly angry. She calls a hunter to her and orders her to take the girl to the forest and kill her there. However, finding out about the master's plans, the girl ran away from the castle and looked for an escape in the depths of the forest. And when night fell, he nestled behind a log and fell asleep. There they found her the next day, the seven dwarfs who lived nearby, in a little house made as if for dolls. After the girl awoke from her sleep and told them what had happened to her, being kind to the soul, the dwarves invited her to live in their house. From that day on, the child was busy doing housework and cooking. Every time they went to work, the dwarves, they did not forget to tell her not to open the door of any stranger. Soon, however, the Queen of the Robe learns from the enchanted mirror that Snow White is alive, and that she has found shelter in the house of the seven dwarfs. So, being a witch, she pretended to be an old woman, prepared a basket of poison apples, and went to the dwarf's house. Snow White took pity on her and, thinking she was a poor old woman, bought her apples. Then he took a bright red one, bit into it and fell to the ground like a sickle. The dwarves were in great trouble when, on their way back from work, they came across the child lying on the grass in front of the house. And as they failed to bring her back to her senses, the dwarves thought she was dead. So they placed her in a coffin so that she could still admire her beauty, and took her to a clearing not far from their house. A few days later, next to the dwarves mourning the poor girl, a handsome young prince stopped on his way. The young man fell in love with Snow White and prayed for the dwarves to let him take the coffin to his castle. The kind-hearted dwarves took pity on him and gave him to him. On the way, however, the prince's servants dropped the coffin. Because of the jolt, the piece of apple jumped out of the girl's neck. She regained consciousness and the two young men fell in love at once. They soon got married too. And they lived happily ever after.